Today I'm actually going out doing some kitesurfing photography and I would actually want you to join. So let's go.
Light. The fastest thing in the universe. The one thing this ecosystem we call Earth cannot live without. In my eyes, it is as close to stopping time that I get. Photography is all about collecting and bending light to your will. It is the only way to hold on to a moment. Bounce, block, combine. When collecting light, it is not possible to be in the past or in the future, only here and now. Light is time.
Okay, so we're home. We have collected our pictures. Collecting pictures is just a small part of taking photography, and more now you really have to work on the pictures afterwards in Lightroom or iPhoto or something. And there you can really be creative in how you do your pictures. After doing this loop of collecting pictures and then doing the last touches in the computer, you can really learn what you search for when taking photos and what you can do afterwards with the photos. Okay, so I'm going to get you along here when I'm doing 3 photos that I chose from this session. Okay, so if we go here, we have 3 pictures. Here we have a picture with the Öresundsbro in the background. We have Martin, my friend, and we have a kite. And I think it's a pretty nice composition. Then I've chosen this picture. They're standing really pleased, Martin and Oscar, in direct sunlight. And then we have another one on Martin. I will do 3 different kinds of editing that you can do. So we will start with this one. I have a feeling for doing black and white photography. And if you want to do like black and white, you could just push this button here. And it's a really nice picture from the beginning, I believe. And I want to pull down the highlights, so you see that he has a lot of light in his face, but nothing we cannot like take back, so it's not too over exposed. So I bring down the whites and I bring down the highlights. And highlights, if you watch the histogram, it's up here. And pull in some shadows and like that. I think that's pretty cool. And with some clearness. And here you have the black and white mix, and then you can like change the way, like here's red, you can change in red, you see you can change somewhere around there. And if we want to like lower Martin's face, we could just like take this orangey and yellow, just do something like that. Maybe we could put some more light into it. Then we just go like something like that. I feel pretty pleased with that image. I think it's a great image from the start. It's not a lot of like blurry things. It's just like you get an emotion, and you have this guy that is really soft behind, and he's got a like the sunlight in his face, and it's coming from the last hours of the day, so it's pretty smooth. So I believe this is a really nice picture of Martin. Moving on. Sometimes you just don't feel like you want all these different colors to compete with each other. So sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm just gonna cut the blue. It's very seldom I cut just the orange, because if you cut the orange and it's the saturation, if you cut the saturation and you watch, then you take away the skin tones, but it's a kind of a cool feel maybe. But what I want to do is just cut the blue short, so it's more of a grayish feeling, and then I usually I like this futuristic blue, so I take blue all down here, okay? Get a feeling? And then it's like taking away some focus from the upper part of the image, and take more like focus on the person that is important. So I start by doing that, and then as we have done before, I'm going over this, and I feel like they have a bit too much. Maybe it's over here. Like that, and take away, maybe add some. I don't want Martin's face to blow up. I think there, around there, it's pretty good. Shadows, I feel like they should be like pretty marked, and that they have like pretty sharp contours. And the white, I'll want a bit more there, and then it's around somewhere around there. With some sharpness. You can cut a bit on the saturation. Maybe have some more something. If we watch back, I think it's a better feel, absolutely. And if you want to, you could really like take away some of the light from the sky to make it more mysterious, or you could add some light. I will probably take away some light so we get more get these clouds back a bit. So you see like this, something like this. And we have saturation there. You could probably be like a bit more like that, I believe. And then it's the orange in this picture. So if you want, you could like change a bit of the feeling, and you see what I changed is mostly like the seaweed in the foreground and a bit of their faces, and then it's, if I would like to take away some saturation from this, because this takes kind of pretty much attention, I can just paint it and cut away some of it. Now it feels more natural, it feels like more smoothly. So now they feel more like superheroes in a sense. And if you want, you could, I'm pretty pleased with this as it is. But if you would like to do a more extreme version, you could probably place this mask here, and if you do like this, you could, let's see, you could lower like everything except for them, so you lower the background and then they pop a bit more. Okay, so if we shut this off, you see it's more of a focus on the hole, and here we have like more, it's like a spotlight. And probably you cannot do it on every single, like, and then you can put some sharpness on everything in the background. Like this, and then they kind of pop a bit more. Okay, so here's the final picture, and here's the start of the picture, and I believe this is kind of nice. And here, what I really want is to enhance the kite and Martin. And I want, you see that there is like some rays of light and there is a orangey tone in the background. I will start with lowering the exposure. I'm thinking of the whole picture. Now you see that Martin is actually going a bit dark. So I'm just gonna pull out some of the shadows because I don't need a lot of shadows in this picture. So I'm gonna pull it even more down because I really want that nice orangey and get these rays to be seen. I can pull up the black just like that, and I want some more orangey feel, so I can pull on the white balance here so it's kind of more to a orangey. I want to lower this even more so that pops the background, bring those shadows up a bit. So that's a pretty good start. So what I want to do now is to put on a gradient. So a gradient is, it affects parts of the image. I would really like to have some more darkness just in the upper part. You see I can lower like the light up there without affecting Martin too much. And I could probably just raise this a bit as well. I really like now that we have a gradient, so it's darker up here, so it's more of a focus down on Martin, so we take away the focus. The eye really seeks the light, so if we take away the light up here, there's more focus on what we want the viewer to see. I don't really like kind of a yellow tone, so I am going to use the NML. You can change these kinds of things. Maybe a bit more like that. And also like this. Now you can see a bit more like this. That's a bit more dramatic. And then I would really want to highlight the things that I want to stick out, and then I can do this circle or radiant filter, and I increase the feather, and it's how sharp it is. So there's 0 feather, and there's no like fading out from what you do. And then I want to invert it, so I just affect this thing. What we want here is kind of a highlight, so I would like to increase the highlight, decrease the shadows a bit, and increase the white, so it like pops a bit more like that, and maybe like something like that. Maybe this is kind of more, and it has to feel like it's real and that it's not like fake. So you got to work with the feather, and you got to work with the size of this thing. Probably you could go somewhere around there, not too much. That's very okay. And then I would like to highlight Martin. He's kind of like having a lot of shadows, so I would probably like to bring those out a bit more, and not too much there. Probably you could expose it a bit more. We take the sharpness, it's a bit more sharp than the rest, and a bit of clearness. Okay, like that. So that makes them pop a bit. Okay, so that's some things you could do. So now we have, this is the first, and we can do like this. It's not a very nice picture right now, but it's some of the things you could do with a picture like this. Thank you very much for watching this far. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something and had a great time. So if you don't already subscribe, be sure to subscribe and like the video, and I will release another video next Sunday. See you around. You are special.